First, the bad news. SAP Business AI won't generate amusing holiday cards, but it will personalize career paths for your people and let you know which suppliers are best, so you can be ready for the next opportunity. Revolutionary technology, real-world results. That's SAP Business AI.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. Our top story this morning, Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp were down yesterday for a couple of hours. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp were down starting yesterday at 6:30 a.m. Eastern and ending at 9 a.m. Eastern. Personally, I didn't notice any issues, but this is a very concerning thing since this is the second time that this has happened in the past 30 days. You may remember that in mid-March, Facebook blamed a server configuration change that resulted in this unprecedented cascading series of issues for about 24 hours. This is concerning because no system or multiple systems should have a single point of failure. Well, unless it's the movie Star Wars and you're referring to the Death Star trench's exhaust port, which is a whole other conversation. But hopefully Facebook, Instagram, and the WhatsApp team will get this problem resolved so that there is no single point of failure going forward. Our second story of today is from CNBC. An anonymous Instagram account that aimed to take down the advertising world's sexual harassers may soon be unmasked. This is a very interesting story about an Instagram account called Diet Madison Avenue. And what this account was designed to do was expose the management people within the advertising industry that were doing inappropriate things regarding sexual harassment and discrimination. This account was claimed to be run by a collection of 17 men and women working in the ad industry with the help of more than 40 others. Its profile at one point included a link to whistleblowers' rights and the words, "Exposing sexual harassment and discrimination in ad agencies since October 2017, because HR won't. Stories researched and confidential." The account called one person, Ralph Watson, a sexual harasser and claimed that he targeted and groomed women. As a result of this post, Ralph Watson was fired as the chief creative officer of ad agency Crispin Porter Boguski in Boulder. Because of being fired, he filed a defamation lawsuit against the Instagram account in May 2018. In it, he claimed this Instagram account, Diet Madison Avenue's statements led to his wrongful termination from the agency. Now, what happened next is where it gets really, really dicey. He obtained a court order to issue subpoenas to Facebook, Instagram, and Google to provide identifying information about the individuals behind the account and certain Gmail accounts. The Instagram account Diet Madison Avenue sought to quash the subpoenas, but a Los Angeles Superior Court judge denied the motion. The judge ruled that Watson was only entitled to identification of the individual or individuals that posted the stories, and he could only get 2 days' worth of information, which was the time when the story against him was posted. This sentence in the story confirms my worst suspicion. Google had already provided data before this February decision. In a letter that his attorney filed in New York last week, it said that Watson had been in contact with the counsel for Facebook and Instagram and was expected to receive the requested information within the week. Google didn't respond to requests for comment, but an Instagram spokesperson said, "We respond to valid legal requests, but do not comment on specific cases." So you're wondering, how would they go about finding these people? Here's what the article said. The information Diet Madison Avenue used to set up its accounts would have bearing on how quickly they're identified. If the members used a real phone number or name, the first round of subpoenas could find the identity of individuals. If not, the subpoena could reveal the IP address of whoever posted. Then, Watson might ask the internet service provider for any identifying information, like credit card information or a physical address. So what would the posters have to do to remain completely anonymous? Well, they would have had to create a new email address and have done that from a public Wi-Fi connection, which would have made it tougher to track them down. Then going forward, they would have to have posted only from that public Wi-Fi connection. Here's the quote. "If you're really smart and you want to defame somebody, you go to Starbucks, where it's an open or public Wi-Fi." I think this story is very concerning because of the levels you have to go to remain anonymous on the internet in 2019. If you have thoughts on this story, send me a direct message at Daniel Hill Media. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you'd like to hear more about Instagram, check out my podcast, The Instagram Stories, where I interview experts to get their tips and tricks and provide advice to newbies who are just starting out on the platform. You can find The Instagram Stories wherever you get podcasts. Thanks for listening.